Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a super while. Sorry, I was a little late just because I was just doing a couple last things. I'm super excited to see you guys all. It has been a crazy school year, but it's finally over. This is the second week of being out of school, and it has been a while. I've been relaxing, enjoying my first week now of summer vacation, which is amazing so far. I am super excited and hope we get lots of special guests here to talk about how it went. I am also going to do a 20 questions of the end of the year for teachers. So if you guys want to do that along with me, I will be typing the questions onto here later on after this live stream. I am super excited to see you guys today. And I am not using my phone this time to vlog. I am using my computer to do this live stream, which is much better. So now my videos will not be that dark anymore. And I am super excited to see you guys. I hope those teachers out there who are already on summer vacation, if you're not, just hanging tight still, and because you guys, it's almost coming to an end. And for those of you who are already on summer vacation, I am so happy for you guys because we all, I think, needed it. It has been this year for me has been one of my toughest years ever, doing doing a lot of conferencing with students, meetings, Restore Hate, helping my church with other things for next year. It has been a tougher year for me, but that's all what counts. So yeah, I will be looking down. So I'll be looking down just in case for my questions. And also for future. Oops, sorry. Whatever I clicked. I also want you guys to stick around for more teacher vlogs and my YouTube channel, because then I will be doing a sister tag with my sister, who will be my special guest. In my next vlog, I will be doing a sister tag, so I'm very excited for that one too. Shout out to my sister and shout out to my nieces, Angelina, Alexia, and Alyssa. And yeah, so I just typed on Google. I just typed on Google 20 questions, 20 end of the year questions to ask. So here we go. I will be looking down, and then I'll give you a quick classroom tour of what has been something different and what I have changed in my classroom for next year. As you know, here we go. Number one, what are some things you accomplished this year that you are proud of? Okay, a lot of things that I accomplished this year was just, well, with first grade, it's different than upper grade levels. But something that I accomplished with my first graders this year was just, you know, with the upper, because I also team teach third grade and fourth, third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade, at a different school where my niece goes. Now my niece is done with fifth grade this year, so now she's going to middle school. So it's a bittersweet, but it's just gonna be super fun. Her she's going to a new chapter in her life as a middle school student. So I can't wait to help her with that. So some things that I accomplished this year that you are proud of. Something, just having a great relationship with my students, great relationship with my parents also. has been amazing and great, great feedback from them. I think that's something I got accomplished this year with them. Okay, number 2, what is something you tried in your classroom this year for the first time, and how did it go? Okay, think something more that I've done is I think I use Class Dojo a lot more this year than what I did last year. If you don't know what Class Dojo is a great system for behavior, um, to give points, to take away points if they're doing a great job, if they're not doing a great job. You guys can communicate with parents through Class Dojo. So it's something good. And one of my YouTube videos I did a how to use Class Dojo. So if you want to go watch that, I will try to link it on here. After I'm done with my live video, excuse me. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. So okay, so third question. Oh, and sorry, how did it go for you? It went super well. I loved using Class Dojo. It's a great system that I've also loved so much because you can do portfolios, you can do all sorts of things on Class Dojo now, which is something awesome. Another thing that I did this year, because I use my Erin Condren teacher planner, and you guys know I use my Erin Condren teacher planner and my Erin Condren life planner. So on my teacher planner, because I love lesson planning on here. Okay, I like lesson planning and all that stuff. But another thing that I use on my teacher planner, I just write what we are doing through the week. But my most details where I put my objectives and everything, because I can't put my objectives, my learning targets don't fit on here. So this year I also use planbook.com. I have never used planbook.com, and this year I wanted to give it a try. Yes, they'll give you a free trial on Planbook if you create an account. Okay, but after a month trial, then you have to pay for it. So I just kept creating accounts. I don't have to turn in lesson plans up to my school. I do not need to do that. And yeah, it went super well. So that's another thing I like to use. So I use my Erin Condren teacher planner and planbook.com, and it worked super fantastic. I think maybe typing plans on planbook.com was a little stressful for me. Was kind of just very stressful for me, just because I needed to type at the end of the day, or I took a whole day off of my workout just to do a lesson planning on Planbook and all that stuff. Sorry, I can't talk right now very, very well. Just because I'm just relaxing, not just watching now my favorite shows that I love to watch over summer vacation. So something very cool. Number 3, what is something you found particularly frustrating this year? Okay, this one is a good question because I have found a lot of things that were frustrating for me. Not just because I teach first grade here. At church, I am a catechism teacher, and I've been teaching catechism for first grade for now. This is going to be my 3rd year. So this is my end of my 3rd year, going into my 4th year of teaching first grade. Give me just a second. I'll be back. Okay. Sorry, I just needed to close my studio door because my parents got home, and just want to, so the sound doesn't come in here. So anyway, I was something frustrating this year was when we were registering kids for next year. Because I've been teaching first grade for Monday and Thursday in catechism, and now they changed my schedule for next year for Thursdays. So that has been something frustrating for me. Now I will be teaching only once a week and not 2 times a week catechism, but it's something. It's fine. So that has been something very frustrating for me. Let's see. I lost some of my questions. Okay, question number 4. Which student in your class do you think showed the most improvement? Why do you think this student did so well? Okay. I had 12 students this year for my catechism class. So, yeah, there has been struggles there. I think this particular student did show a lot of improvement. Some of them were very shy. Some of them were very shy. Some of them, I just had to help them with a lot of reading. Some, all of them knew how to write and everything, but some of them, just struggled in reading. The story selections that we used to read. We used I teach in a Catholic catechism school, so the curriculum that we used, was Faith and Life series. If you're not familiar with that, it's the Faith and Life series, and every time, I used to have them homework, okay, and I can show you an example. So a homework page could look something like this. It could be a circle, it could be drawing, it could be all sorts of different things for them to do. These are all my master copies. I have to go through and make sure to go through my master copies for next year. So I'm very excited to have that. And I just keep it on this folder. This folder I bought I ordered a box of these folders from DollarTree.com. So, and I believe they come with 36 folders. So 36 folders in a box at DollarTree.com. And what I love about this is these folders there are 2 pockets plus a zip pocket that you can put anything in here. So that's very exciting for me. So that's something that one of my students, obviously, some of them knew how to read, some of them struggled with reading, so I had to help them. But I had a great communication with parents, so that is something that has definitely helped me a lot. Okay. Sorry if I'm playing with my hair. Okay. Next question. Number 5. What is something you would change about this year if you could? Okay, something different that I could change about this if you could. I think I'm going to come back to that question and I'll answer it later. I'll actually leave that question later because that will be something very exciting, but I'll tell you towards the end. Okay, so let's see. So question 6, what is one way that you grew professionally this year? Well, this year, as you know, like I said, I volunteer at my niece's school while she was in 5th grade, and I met great people. I met amazing people. And I had I had great communications with them. I learned a lot from them. And especially the library teacher that I helped, I learned a lot about her. I helped her with checking out the books, checking back the books in, cleaning the shelves, putting the books back into the bookshelves, all that stuff. I learned a lot with her, with other great teachers. I Um, Learned a lot from them. They gave me great ideas that I want to do for next year, which is something very, very fantastic that I did. And who amongst your, and question, this goes along with question 7, who amongst your colleagues was the most helpful to you? Okay, I think the most helpful person that I learned a lot from was, I think, the library teacher, um, where my niece went for elementary school. The library teacher was just a great help. I helped her for 2 years in the library, and it has been, can't believe it's over, but I will still see her around. She gave me great feedback. The vice principal, I talked to the vice principal, and she told me that if I can contact her, um, they'll help me, and I will go ahead with prayers of all of you to get a job there. So very excited for that. Number 8, what has caused you the most stress this year? What has caused me the most stress this year? Something that has caused me the most stress this year, I think, was, like I said, registering kids for catechism, because that's what I helped at my church with. And my boss, who's in charge of that, change a lot of things. Our new catechism dates will no longer be Sunday through Thursday. Now they will be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it has been a huge adjustment. I'm still trying to adjust to that new catechism schedule, my brain. So we'll see. We'll see how that's going to work. We are going to be getting a whole new curriculum. It's different. It's no longer going to be like Faith and Life series. So hopefully, yeah, I think that has something that has very stressed me out this year, and hopefully it'll get fixed. Yeah. So that's something that has cost me stress this year. And yeah, question number 9. When was a time this year that you felt joyful and or inspired about the work that you do? Okay, something joyful for me that inspired me to work. Something is, I just love working with kids. I love working with kids. I love talking to other people. I also like watching other teachers' videos on YouTube. I love watching Bridget from the Letter Classroom, Megan from Too Cool for Middle School. There's a ton of YouTube teachers I like to, but I can go on and on so forth. Like I said, Bridget from the Letter Classroom, excuse me. Megan from Too Cool for Middle School. Who else? Oh, Tina Beitler. Well, she's not a teacher anymore this year, but I still watch her teaching videos because Tina Beitler was the first YouTube teacher I started watching, and I got great ideas from her. And then that's her couple teacher tips and ideas. That's what I brought into my classroom, and they have definitely worked thanks to her. And other great YouTube teachers. If you just go to my YouTube and you probably will see who I follow, because I do follow a lot also. Okay, number 10, question 10. What do you hope your students remember most about you as a teacher? Okay, I have gotten a lot of things, because every day at the end of the day, especially with first graders, okay, maybe with other grade levels, but with my first graders, that they always would remember from me is because we used to pray. They knew our classroom routine. Come into our classroom, bless yourselves with the holy water. At the end of the day, they used to come up to me. They used to hug me and say thank you. And the parents just immediately smiled at me, and they immediately just said thank you for your teaching. And they just used to give me great feedback. So that's something I would always remember from my students. The first year I started teaching for first Holy Communion classes, because that's what I did during the summer of my first year of teaching. My first year of teaching, some of my third graders wrote letters to me, because in English and Spanish, because I had some students who spoke Spanish and English. So I used to get them on both languages. And my mom is my teacher aide, so they also wrote our thank you letters to us. So we have those in our memory boxes. So that's something special they also have done to me. And they also have given me a bunch of presents. Like my last student gave me this little it's like a little bear that this special one of my first grade students gave me, and he also wrote a little thank you note. I will not share this because it's just something special for me. So that's something that they have given me. They gave me a cookie that looks like a teacher apple with a ruler that says thank you. One of my colleagues gave me a cross, another cookie that's shaped in a cross it's on my teaching wall. I'll show you that in a minute. But they have given me a ton of things. I had another student who gave me a bracelet, which I'll pull it out of my drawer, and a lotion. Okay, which I love that lotion so much. So that's something special that they have given me, and I love that. Okay, let's see. Question 12. What was the most valuable thing you learned this year? Something valuable I learned this year was just meeting new people, having learn from them, and knowing that they have different teaching styles also. And also my first graders, some of them, there was once, oh, actually, I just remembered, I think one time, one of my first graders, when we were dismissing at the end of the day, so she decided to go up to one of her classmates, and this student, I think, grabbed the folder of my other student, and she didn't mean to do this, she did not mean to do this, and she accidentally flipped the folder, so the folder fell on the floor, so then, like, everybody was freezing with that, and she thought I was, very mad at her for that, but after I explained that, next time not to do that, so then she started crying. But then I told her, it was not your fault. It was just an accident. Just try not to do that next time. So I think that was another thing that was stressful for me for this year. Some couple behaviors in there, but not that big of a behavior that was able to be fixed right away. Okay, question 13. What was the biggest mistake you made this year, and how can you avoid making the same mistake in the future? Okay, this happened in this, I think was when I started volunteering at this year, or actually August of 2018, when I started volunteering at the library. I think something was not necessarily the biggest mistake, but maybe not the biggest mistake, but just a tiny mistake, that I think with kindergartners, I accidentally, instead of checking out the books to them under their names, I think I was in the wrong list, and I think I didn't even check out the books. And so I realized, oh no, we have to start all this over. So I think that was just a little mistake I did at the beginning, but then it worked out. Let's see. There was Okay, so question 14. What is something you did this year that went better than you thought it would? Okay, something that you did this year and went better than you thought it would. Okay, something um you know, I something new that that um was, I think, reading the Bible to my students was a lot this year. I even, because I read the Bible this year. We learned different scriptures in our late faith and life series, than I what I have done in my personal life. Um, I think that was something special. A lot of my students know different stories of the Bible. You know, we just read and just talking about them, and what was something. Another thing, a lot of my students, some of my first graders, um, knew what the sacraments were. Some of them didn't, but then we started learning about them through the year. The Ten Commandments was another one, so that was an amazing topic to learn. Yeah, so I think that's something that went better this year. I think teaching my students more about the Bible, more about the sacraments, the Ten Commandments. I think that was something new that I learned. Question 15. What part of the school day is your favorite and why? Okay, I think my favorite time of day, it's when we used to do intervention, or we used to call it small group. I think that was something special because we just came in as a small group, um, you know, teaching small group, did different activities and everything. I think a fun activity that my kids enjoyed really much was learning about the Blessed Trinity. That there are three people in one. Okay. And then these three people in one are not just the three people in one, but all three of them are God. So this was a nice little project that I did, and I just did it on white paper, long white paper like this, and I just um, made I traced the image out. And this is I got this out from my teacher guide, and the students have to color each circle in different colors, and then is not red is I believe it's green, no, gray, excuse me, gray, and that, like that, and then what's the whole meaning of the Holy Trinity. So that's something I they love. During Easter time was something like this. In Easter, what was happening to Easter, why it's important to get baptized, and what's the whole meaning behind baptism. So that's something that I used to do. My nieces used to sometimes come over and stay, and sometimes they used to go to my catechism classroom and help me a lot with them. So that was another great help. That my nieces did that for me too, which is something exciting, and because they learn a lot. Okay, so I think that's my favorite time during school is intervention time, because we get to talk more about it and talk about what was your favorite thing, or what you did over the weekend, or if we're coming back from a holiday, what you did something like that. Number 16, what were your biggest organizational challenges this year? Well, I think my biggest organization challenge this year was just because I'm a very organized person. Everything has to be very organized in my classroom. But something that I came up to, because I keep either in my on my teacher desk, I either keep up, or pencils, my scissors, my rulers, anything like this on the like this, or in a cup, or I use a cup, and I just keep my other things in here. These are my favorite pens to use. These are my Striler pens, and these are the 0.3 millimeter pens. Oops, there we go. And these ones I use a lot. I use these a lot to either write in my teacher planner or in my Erin Condren life planner, because it just writes smoothly. So I'm not gonna go up close because there's important things on here, but as you can see, I write on my teacher planner, on my life planner, excuse me, and I write anything that needs to be done or has to be rescheduled or whatever. That's what I do. So I love using these pens. My teacher name tag is here. But at Pier 1, I bought this little basket. So what I did in here is, in here I have a cup, and yes, it's Charlie Brown. Okay, so I keep my Charlie Brown cup in there. My Erin Condren dual tip markers. Okay, I keep a mug, and it's not a mug, it's a cup. And that's where I keep my color pencils when I'm doing teaching, or when we're doing interactive notebooks. I use my color pencils so it can match my students. I keep my nurse notes in here. I keep other blank notepads, a calculator, teacher notepads, because teachers can never have too many notepads in here. Okay, talking about notepads, that has been a long note that has been in here, but I keep all sorts of different notepads in here. I keep this mug came from the Erin Condren. I believe this was the I believe this was one of the surprise boxes. I just forget which surprise box it was. But I keep a mechanical pencil. I keep the Erin Condren, what do you call these? Markers? Okay, or sharp, yeah, markers. The giant paper clips I have used already. I have used 2 of them. One, I use it for my Erin Condren life planner. Another one, I use it for my teacher planner to not lose my space. And I keep highlighters. I keep all my highlighters in here. And that's what I keep in here. And like I said, this you can find at Pier 1. Okay, that's where I bought it from. So, and it has like reduced a lot of my teaching space and in my classroom. Okay. And like I said, it has reduced a lot of space in my teacher desk, which is amazing because it gives me a lot less stress. So I think that was something that I stressed before I bought that. I think that was something. Another thing, what's another thing that there? Oh, another thing, a whole new addition that came later into my classroom was weekly drawers. From Target, and I don't want to move. There we go. From Target, I bought 3 drawers. And that's what I use for my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and next week, or extra copies, whatever. I use that on there. Right now I took the labels out because I'm gonna make new labels for them. Which that's something different. But that has been some couple other things. Another great idea from that I got from Bridget from the Letter Classroom was to to make the 40 folder system. Okay, you use 12 uh, for the 12 months of the year, and then you use another for the numbers 1 through uh, 31, because that's how many days in the year we have for every month. Okay, so that's another whole new system that I use, which I will not show you quite yet because I have my IKEA cards. IKEA has some cards that they sell. So right now everything is shoved towards there, so it's blocking my file system right now. So I don't want to do many movements right now because everything is had been cleaned. Okay, let's see. I forgot what question am I on. Okay, question 17. Who was your most challenging student and why? Well, I kind of answered that one already, so don't need to answer. Question 18. In what ways did you change the lives of your students this year? Okay, like I said before, learning about God is the most important. Learning about our faith is something, and teaching them more to read the Bible, to go to the church. And it's beautiful because every time I go to church on Sundays, I don't see everybody, but I see one or two of my students at mass, and they just get so happy when they see me. Sometimes I don't see them, sometimes I do. But that's something that they have changed in their lives. Something that I've changed in their lives for them. Okay. Okay. So, and here comes the exciting news for me for next year. The exciting news for me for next year that I wanted to talk about, you guys, was that I'm going to open my daycare business here at my house. So here is my house. This is a spare room at my house where I'm going to open my daycare business. And I am super excited to open my daycare business and get to learn about different getting my students in here, having to have their faces smile, and it's something amazing. Okay, so here are a couple new additions to my classroom, so be ready. As you know, probably from my other previous vlogs, you probably know, oh, she changed her border. Yes, I did change my border. It was an Arctic theme, and there was Arctic animals on it. So I have spare a bunch of wall border stored in my other desk. I can't even talk. And so I said, it's time to change it because for opening my daycare business, I want this to be a brighter classroom, maybe be a colorful classroom, like a rainbow theme. So this is what I did. So I changed because my background here is blue, okay, with clouds. It has clouds. And the border is green with white polka dots. So that's something new that I did. The calendar, you have seen this calendar before. This is from the teacher store. I bought this at the teacher store. So what I just did, I just raised it up a little bit. This is a table. This stuff right here is set on a table. Okay. I have my whiteboard markers here. I have this little caddy from Dollar Tree that I bought. Okay, but I keep other spare stuff over here. My speaker is over here, and other spare stuff. Okay, this bulletin board over here. Right now, this has the leader in me because I got this idea because where my niece used to go and volunteer, they are a Leader in Me school. So I had this great idea. You know what? I want to put that up there. So I put it up there because I love the 7 habits, and um the 7 habits are very nice for kids. This is a new edition that I bought this weekend at the teacher store. This is a ones, tens, hundreds chart. So I bought that and I put it up here. And it came along with obviously the pocket chart, the one, tens, hundreds labels. It came with the straws. You guys, some of you probably remember this from kindergarten or first grade. You know, you put your tenths on there. You know, you put your ones here, and also it came with the numbers. So, you know, I will be doing this as we're getting closer. But you know, you would put, oh yeah, we're gonna put 60, 64, you know, and you put six tenths to make 60, and then you put 4 ones. So that's a whole new that will be a whole different video on when I will be doing that. Okay. Let me put my balloon down there. Okay, so right over here, this has been a while. I have these put away, but these posters, these 3 posters came also from the teacher's store. This is the 10 Commandments poster. Okay, so as you know, this is gonna be a daycare, a Catholic daycare that I'm gonna open. So that's what I have my 10 Commandments, I have my hundreds chart here, and I have my weather poster up here. So these 3 posters came from the teacher store, and they were nice enough. That's how you can see that glare. You can see the glare. They laminated them for me up here. Very I love this poster came from Dollar Tree many years ago, and it says bullying is not original, not cool, and not welcome. That's something that I love. Right over here, this is a whole new edition. This calendar that's right over here. My sister gave it to me on my birthday last year. Excuse me, I'm gonna drink water. So my sister gave me that, and I have been using it for a while. So yesterday night I was working on it. I was, you know, I put June up there. I put all of the important things that were in on June and birthdays at the bottom, so it wouldn't be crowded. Because this month is very busy for us and very exciting too. So can't wait. And which I'll talk more about that in a different vlog. Because right now this is I'm talking more about my end of the year and how did it went and my experiences and what were some challenges and that stuff. Okay, another thing that about the teacher store was where you see the schedule. Okay, that's where my schedule cards will go. Okay, so let me give you guys a mini haul of stuff. Okay, so at the teacher store, like I said, I bought the ones, tens, hundreds chart, okay, from the teacher store this weekend. I also bought a boys and girls and hall pass signs because I have some, but they're foam, okay, but these are new addition to my classroom. And guess what? They're magnetic, so I'm excited to put these so my students can use them. Okay, so here you go. Here's how the hall pass looks, and I love that font. Girls and then boys. So very excited for these new additions. I bought, this is an eraser. It's a whiteboard eraser, and it's a paw print. How cute is that? Isn't it? That's very cute. I also bought some STEM activities, and one of them were these mini popsicle sticks. So I have the big popsicle sticks that look like this, but look how cute. These are mini popsicle sticks. So I can't wait to use them. And I just put them on a plastic bag, and I will be storing them on there. Another thing I bought, I just have them over here. I bought another pack of pattern blocks. Who doesn't love pattern blocks? So, um, so I bought a second pack of pattern blocks, and the reason that I have them on, I put them on this Dollar Tree little tub, but because I'm gonna wash them, and disinfect them along with my other supplies that are waiting for me. Okay. So like I said, I bought some schedule cards. So here are my new schedule cards. I'm very excited for these. Because this year I was using the Dollar Tree sentence strips that are blank, which I liked. But now that I'm gonna open my daycare business, I wanted something different. So I bought these new amazing schedule cards, and now I can write here. They have a telling time, perfect for daycare, and to learn the time, and then I'll put the time. So, very excited for these. And the last two things I also bought at the teacher store were the first grade math spectrum book, and it's correlated to current state standards. So very excited. The focus on this book is fact families, adding and subtracting through 100, composing 2 and 3D shapes, place value, and measurement. So, excuse me. So this is very cool just to prep them for, when we have some tests aligned. But our actual math curriculum that we use for first grade, well, I'll be using for first grade, is called Eureka Math. So that's what I will be using with my first graders, Eureka Math. So, but this is something, because some Eureka Math concepts are very hard for students, maybe for the first graders. So I thought, you know what, let me buy this book, because then I might get some ideas from here, and probably make them into centers, grab some of these ideas, put them into centers, money. I have the Melissa and Doug money set, which we'll use a lot. We do all sorts of things with them. So this is something cool. Another thing we're going into the Wonders reading curriculum for first grade next year, but something just to prep them for that, especially when I start talking to them about close reading, because most of my students will not know what close reading will be. I bought this also at the teacher store. It's the Scholastic First Grade Literacy Passages Close Reading. There are 20 reading selections with text marking exercises. So it's very cool, and it gives you an introduction, okay, on how to use the book. It walks you through. And what I love about this book is that they give you the characters, the setting, key events and details, sequence of events, problem and solution, compare and contrast, like anchor charts that you can actually rip out of the book, and then you can have this as a master copy, but you can run them through a printer and print them and use these anchor charts to help your students and put them and glue them onto your mini interactive notebooks. I use composition notebooks in here, so this will be perfect for them to have in their interactive notebooks. And so, like I said, it gives you a passage. It will tell you what to do at the bottom. So we'll give you a text marking thing. And then it will not only do that, it will go to questions, comprehension questions. So it's perfectly aligned. So very exciting for these tools to use next year too. Yeah, so I will not be setting my schedule cards not until July, probably not until the end of July, beginning August, because I just don't want to do them right now, since schedules have to be finalized still. Okay, I have the times and everything. Okay, I have them written right here, and everything. But our content has not been talked about quite yet, so I will not do that probably until um end of July or beginning of August. Okay, we don't start school until the second week of August, so we still have a while. Um, yeah, so I think that's everything that I need to talk to you guys about. And how everything on my end of the year went. I did the questions. Maybe I did not even, I probably didn't do the 20, I didn't do all 20 questions for end of the year teachers. So, because some of the other ones don't go with me um, yet, and those questions will then will come back to them. But yeah, you guys already know how it went for me and everything, and I'm very excited. Um, as you notice, yes, I do wear glasses. Because my left eye, they diagnosed my left eye with lazy eye. It's called lazy eye. So I have my left eye is lazy. Um, they say it was probably because when I was born. So yeah, so my glasses now are perfect for me because now I can see better. So I'm very excited for that. And I want you guys to stay tuned also for my next vlog, um, because I will be doing a sister tag with my sister very soon. So hopefully we'll get that done this weekend, since I might see her this weekend for our garage sale. We're going to have a garage sale this coming up weekend before our family arrives. Um, from Oregon and from Mexico, because I have family coming from Oregon and Mexico. My brother's coming from Oregon. My cousins are coming. My aunt, uncle, and cousins are coming from Mexico, because my older niece, who is in Oregon, is going to be graduating from high school. So I'm very proud of her. So her graduation party, they'll celebrate it down here in California. I'm in California. So I'm very excited for that. And yeah, so stay tuned for a garage sale vlog. I might do a small snip of how I set up the garage sale vlog, and a sister tag. Why do I keep saying teacher? Sister tag. So I can't wait for that. And thank you guys. So like, subscribe, and comment, and God bless you all. See you guys. Bye.